Sisterhood Saturdays, the show about
purpose,
prosperity,
and paychecks.
Listen, we have like such a cool little segment that we're doing today. We are live from the Royal Sister here in Houston, Texas. We're at the Wealth Builders Conference today.
Yes, it is super exciting. We're talking about the prosperity aspect of Sisterhood Saturdays. And we have a special guest today, Mr. Van, the man himself here.
Thank you so much for being here with us today, man, doing the entrepreneur segment. I'm just so overwhelmed because there's so many young entrepreneurs here following their hearts, you know, leaving the 9-to-5 job and really getting the business.
And actually creating jobs for their community. So when you talk about entrepreneurship and everything like that, what comes to mind for you and how important it is, do you think, for someone to consider?
Yeah, entrepreneurship is something that actually you're chosen to be. A lot of times when people are working 9-to-5s, I'll speak for myself. I was never happy. I felt unfulfilled. I felt like I wasn't doing enough. And I was always eager to do things outside of my 9-to-5 position. And actually that got me in trouble with what I was doing with my 9-to-5, because they was like, you're not focused, you're doing this, you're doing that. Because I never was meant to be stuck doing one thing and building up other people's dreams. So entrepreneurship really calls people, and you have to listen and say, okay, why am I always called to do this? Why am I always called to do that when the thing I'm doing right now is might be even you be successful in that lane? Because I was successful at what I was doing in corporate America, but I always was called to do something bigger. So I think that entrepreneurship calls you, it chooses you, and you have to listen to what your life experiences are telling you. Like, is your job working out? Are you happy? Are you having to hit the alarm clock 4, 5, 6 times in the morning like I was doing for 10 years? And then you got to say enough is enough. Let me go all in on my dream vision and jump into entrepreneurship.
So, man, let me ask you a question. What was the moment, and this is a big question, that you said, money, no money, I have faith over everything, I'm going to quit my job and pursue entrepreneurship full time?
When I realized that my first marriage was ruined by me slaving to corporate America, when I realized that I was leaving the house before my kids got up for school, and I was coming back home when my kids were already going to bed, and I had a baby on the way. My wife was 8.5 months pregnant, and I said, you know what, enough is enough. I can't keep repeating this cycle. I had damaged relationships with my older kids because of that 10 years at corporate America, of me not being around them, traveling all the time. And I said, I can't keep repeating the same cycle. So I said, you know what, I'm done. I ain't doing this no more. And I fired my boss.
Wow.
And how did you do that? Like, what did you do? Did you start with Google? Did you find a mentor? Like, what were the steps, like the first step that you took? Where you said, okay, I got to find another solution because obviously I'm not happy. I don't feel like I'm fulfilling my purpose. What was that first step?
So the first step was, you really want to know?
You really want to know?
Y'all really want to know?
Yeah, we want to know.
So listen, this is what happened. I'm on the edge of my bed. It's like 2 a.m. And I'm like, all right, listen, you got $20,000 left. You got a baby coming in any day now. You could keep repeating the same cycle. You could keep living all right. On paper, your life looks nice, right? Or you could go all in, you could quit. You could take this last $20,000 and you could put it in a mentor, someone that you know that's been successful in the lane that you want to go into. You could go all in on that, and then you could see where the chips fall. So I pushed all my chips to the middle of the table. I went all in. That's where Van Taylor, Mr. Go All In comes from, this specific story, when I had to go all in on my dream vision, quit my job, spend all my money that I had in my account. I had my rent due, car payments due, no baby stuff purchased. I was all in. My wife didn't even know I did this at the time. And 3 months later, I made more money than I ever made in 3 months in a 3 months period of time. And I've helped more people. I've had more impact than I've ever had coming to today because I made that decision when I was sitting on the edge of my bed at that time.
So, man, let me ask you, because what you just described was like faith in a very, very deep way. So, I guess the question I want to know, did you ever think or have doubts to say, hey, what if this, like, I know you have faith, but you're like, if this don't work, like, what am I going to do? Or you was like, I know this is going to work. I'm going to make it work.
So you know how like at the circus, or you see the guys that's walking a tightrope?
Yeah.
And there's some people that walk the tightrope and they got a net underneath you, right? If he falls, he ain't gonna die. So he know that he can mess up, because if he falls, that net is gonna catch him. I was the dude walking the tightrope with no net, coming across these top buildings over here in Houston. And if I fall, I'm gonna die. So there was no other way. It was no other option. I have to make it happen. Or I'm gonna have my kids on the street. I'm gonna be evicted. I'm gonna be, my everything is. I'm gonna lose everything.
Thank you for your transparency, first off, because I know that a lot of people aren't as honest about their story.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that. You really dropped some wig so bars.
Yeah.
Say that. And I also want to say that you basically jumped over that learning curve. You didn't went to Google and start going on YouTube University. You went directly to the source. Somebody who's already successful and got the blueprint. So you basically skipped all of that research and development because they already had the plan. So they just gave you those steps to make it, and duplicate. And I think that a lot of people miss that big step. A lot of people feel like, well, I don't want to spend the money. It's tax deductible for one. Yeah. And I don't want to spend the money. I'm gonna just go ahead and waste my precious time on learning something that somebody can literally feed into you for like pennies on what you're really going to get. Yeah. So I really appreciate you, brother, for really sharing that.
And how did you know that you could trust that mentor? What was it about him that you said, I'm choosing him, I like what he did, that I could take from me in my life and replicate it to others? I'm
going to be honest, I didn't even like him once I got him. I'm going to be honest. And honestly, if I wasn't he had the information, but honestly, if I would have done it over again, I probably would have did something different. But here's the thing. The information is what you're after. A lot of times we buy into mentors for them personally. Yeah. We buy into them because we like them or we like their lifestyle. But it's the information that they're giving you is what you need to take and implement on it. And I think that a lot of times we pick mentors or coaches for the wrong reasons. So it actually taught me a lesson that, listen, whatever someone is seeing, whatever you see is not always what you get. Do research, make sure that the person that you're rocking with fits your personality, fits, how they deliver their information, other people that might have been in their programs, getting some feedback from them. So you can determine, hey, how this person delivers this information, am I going to be able to receive it? How the program's set up, is that set up for my learning style? But like I said, my back was against the wall, so I had to put my feelings to the side about personality-wise and all of that. Wise, right? But I got the information and I implemented. But I'm gonna go back to something that you said about why people go to Google or YouTube, university and all of those things. People don't know better, right? They think that the information is out there for free, which there is a lot of information out there for free, for sure. But here's what it's doing. It's like taking a puzzle, right? You got a box of puzzle pieces. Let's say in this box, it was 1,000 puzzle pieces. Boom, I dumped it on the table. All of them, this is all the free pieces of the puzzle right here. But I had 3 that I left out. So you got 97% of the puzzle. That 3% that you're missing is what's going to determine your success. And then also the time it takes to put each piece together, right? That's going to take you months, weeks. Versus this person that got directly to the source of the information, has that 3% that's missing from all of this, saves the time, streamlines it. Then they get the confidence, they're getting small wins. So now they get even more pumped up and the momentum is going and they get to the goal a lot faster. And this person here that's going to this free puzzle, it looks nice, it's free, it's right there. You don't have to spend no money, but it's taking you time. You're getting frustrated, you're making mistakes that you didn't have to make.
Come on.
And then you get 97% of the puzzle together, took you 5-6 months, but then you figure out you're missing 3%.
And you just, yes.
And that's a lot of mistakes that young entrepreneurs make, or I know it all type of person. I can how do they say, make a shortcut? Yeah. And you can't do that in entrepreneurship.
Right. Because you don't know everything.
Ain't no shortcuts. Every time I take a shortcut, you know how you driving, right? And you think you're going to get somewhere faster and you take a shortcut and then you end up hitting a dead end and you got to turn all the way back around and go all the way back and start from scratch. And then if you would have just stayed on that straight line, you would have made it there faster. Or when you be trying to go in and out of lanes on the freeway in traffic, and then you get stuck, and then that lane you was in ends up going.
And that's me,
So that's what it's like in entrepreneurship, right? You might think something is going to get you there faster. You're trying all these different things, but just stay on the path. Just stay consistent. Lock into this information, get to that goal first, get to this destination first before you start trying to go to all these different destinations. And I fell victim to that. And we all have to be conscious of that, because as entrepreneurs, one of the things that's a gift and a curse is that we feel like we can do multiple things at the same time, right? And we always try to go and do multiple things, but it's like you're coming in and out of lanes. If you just stay straight on this path, you'll get to this destination, get that result, boom, now hop in a car, get back to this destination, and then you can get everything you want in life. But we want everything today, and that's the problem.
So what do you want to tell young entrepreneurs, man? What's your overall message?
Yeah.
Why do you do what you do?
I do what I do for impact over everything. I do what I do so you can live your truth, so you can live what you were put on this earth to do. We all have experiences. We all have knowledge. We all have things that were already in us, and we can be able to make money from those things and make a living being you and authentically you. We just have to pull it out of you. So my message to all the people listening, whether you're already in entrepreneurship or you're working a 9 to 5 and you're thinking about getting into entrepreneurship, find out what you can do without thinking about it. Find out what you can do and what you're passionate about. If I woke you up at 2 o'clock in the morning and I wanted you to talk about a topic, what could you talk about without thinking about it? With sleep in your eyes, drool coming down your mouth, what could you talk about passionately and find a way to monetize that? Because if you could show me how to jump rope better than I know now, that's something that I would pay for if I had an eagerness to learn how to jump rope.
Right.
If I didn't know how to dress when it came to me going to events, or my swagger, or how to cut my hair and things like that, that's something that you could be a stylist, an image consultant, things like that. That's information, that's a gift that you have, but people will pay for that, right? So there's a lot of things that you wouldn't think that you could get paid for that you could get paid for. And I challenge everybody out there to monetize your passion and your gifts.
Yes, and y'all please take heed to all of this very useful information. I feel like there are so many gems that was left here on this table for you in the matter of a couple minutes. If you don't mind, Van, just sharing with the audience more about how they can find you.
Yeah.
Because he has a really good Instagram page where he just shares so much inspirational, motivational messages and just a lot of things. So you go ahead and
if
share.
someone do you consider yourself a mentor?
Yes.
So do you have a mentorship program?
Yes.
So if somebody wants that program from you, how can they get in touch?
Yeah, so go ahead and share.
Yeah, absolutely. So the best way to contact me is on my Instagram, at the Van Taylor 1, VANTHE, Taylor TAYLOR number 1. And I'm open. Guys, I'm not above sending messages back. If you comment on my post, I'm gonna comment back. I don't care if I get 1 million followers. I pride myself on staying humble and staying down with the people that's rocking with me. And I'm very passionate about building a tribe. So don't think if you see how many followers I got, he's not gonna message me back and things like that. I message everybody back that shoots me a message, so you can message me on my Instagram page. And I encourage you to make sure that if you wanna rock with me, that I'm the right fit for you. Watch me, watch my page, go to my past posts that I've had, watch my last 9 videos, right? Watch me. Don't just think because you see me talk or I'm talking slick or you like what I say or you like my haircut or whatever, I'm gonna rock with you. I might not be right for you. So you gotta do your research, right? And really look at the people that you wanna rock with. And if I'm that guy, everything is on my Instagram. All my links are in my bio of everything that I have to offer. And if I'm a good fit for you, we can get on a call and I'll see if you will be a good fit to work with me. And then we go from there. And I'm honored to be on your guys' show. I'm honored that you guys are going all in on your dream vision and you're investing in yourself. We're here at a conference and you guys are putting in the work. So, hey, these ladies is showing y'all how to do it. So
you heard it from
she ain't cap. They not capping.
Number one.
Hey, they here investing in themselves, putting in that work, y'all.
Yes.
So hey, follow their example. They leading the way.
Thank you. We really appreciate
Thank you so much for coming on.
Yes.
At such notice, such a humble guy,
Real
like
talk.
I said.
He's
go
walking
follow
like
him.
he talking. For
Walking
real.
like
He
he
really
talking.
does. And we are so grateful for everyone that is tuning into Sisterhood Saturdays podcast. be on the lookout for season 2. We're also starting a little mentorship of ourselves.
There we go.
We got you.
We got
There we
you.
go.
And guess what? We're going to get that spirit right with our Lord and Savior. We're going to get you feeling good on the inside and out, and get your pocketbook and bank account feeling good too.
Not only that, we want to give you financial literacy. We want to tell you about mentorship programs.
Yes.
We want to
Join
let you
this
know.
conference. Come here.
We want
to
you
the
to know,
WB event.
if you're an entrepreneur, that yeah, you're gonna have ups and downs, but we're here to encourage you, we're here to inspire you, and the sky's the limit.
Yes.
The only thing that's stopping
That's all
you
that
is you.
You. That's it. Get out your way.
All right, thank y'all for